I've been obsessed with them since I was a kid. But what they wanted me to do, they were about to redo Space Mountain. So they said, would you be interested in writing the new music for Space Mountain? I was like, what? Yes, of course. Yes, I'm interested. When can we go ride the ride and figure out what to do? And they said, well, there's a problem because we already took the ride down in Anaheim. So they took the whole thing apart. And I was like, well, okay, so how do we do this then? They said, we go to Japan. And that's, I was like, what? Okay. In Japan is the only Space Mountain that's just like the one here in LA. So we got on a plane. They said, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to stop in France and go to what at that time was called Disneyland Paris, I believe. And we're going to do the Space Mountain there as well. So in 5 days, I went first to Paris, then to Japan, and then back to LA, all in 5 days. And when I got to Japan and Paris, the first thing we did was not go to the hotel, not rest, not go and sleep for a little bit. They went right to the park because it was closing time at the park. There were no guests, and that was our time to work. So we got off the plane, drove straight to the park, went in, and I'll never forget walking into Space Mountain with the lights on for the first time. If any of you have been on Space Mountain, the whole deal is that it's a roller coaster in the dark. So I never had any idea what this thing looked like, and it was incredible. So my nerd brain just was exploding all over the place. It was crazy. So around the same time, though, The Incredibles had wrapped. I got a call from Brad Bird, and Brad had said, okay, I got our next movie. And it was supposed to be this other thing that he had mentioned, which he still hasn't done. I'm still waiting for it. And I said, well, what is it? And he goes, it's called Ratatouille. And I said, Brad, what is that about? What do you mean? What's Ratatouille? I don't even know what that is. And he said, it's about a rat who wants to cook. And I was like, stop. What are you talking about? We were supposed to do this other great thing that you wanted to do all these years. Why are you stopping to do this? He goes, well, I think I have a good handle on it. I think it'll be good. I think you'll really like it. Just trust me. And the one thing I have learned in my life is to trust Brad Bird. So I trusted him, and of course, it's one of my favorite Pixar movies that was ever made, and only I think Brad Bird could have pulled it home the way he did. So with that said, a little music from Space Mountain and Ratatouille.